Welcome to Reddit on Wiki. Hit like and subscribe.
Get therapy.
I'm hungry.
Get therapy.
What's up, Wikimania? It's your boy Josh here for another Am I the Asshole Friday. I am joined by just one of my Browns. Sean, what's up, buddy?
Hello.
How's it going, man?
Happy to be here. Us and Ringo
Yeah, Ringo's here.
rocking it.
Yeah, we got Ringo instead of John this week.
Yeah.
He's on vacation with his mom.
Same height,
Same height. That's crazy.
same skin color. Like no one would even know.
Oh man, you're no longer outnumbered, so you could just dunk on John. I like it. I like it.
Ah, feels good to not be the bullied one.
Freedom. But what's going on, man? How's it going?
It's going pretty good. I do have a message from John and sort of from me as well.
And me?
And you, actually.
Okay.
Actually, all three of us agreed that this needed to be said. If we have a goddamn guest on the show, be nice to the fucking guest, y'all.
Yeah.
If you disagree, that's fine. That's fine. Don't go for,
Don't be a dickhead.
don't try to assume anything about them based on the take. Just say you did it. Or you don't even have to say you disagree. Really, that's.
I mean, you can
keep that. I mean, you can.
There
You
were some
can.
people
You
that,
can't
yeah,
respectfully disagree. That
Yeah,
we
yeah.
do that all the time on the show. That's fine. But don't come for somebody's character or call them names because you don't agree. That's not. You can call us names. We truly do not give a fuck.
I'd appreciate it if you didn't, but
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, maybe come for the Browns. Then we'll know who's really fucking racist.
Oh yeah, there we go.
But like, if we obviously we don't get guests a lot. It's hard to organize. It's hard for people to take time out of their day.
Mhm.
All of that stuff.
Yeah.
And that was like 6 people's schedules we had to organize to make that happen.
Yeah, yeah.
And
We're talking about the
for-
Judges episode for anyone who's curious
Yeah.
right now.
But just for all future guests,
Yes.
let's maybe not be assholes to guests. You know what I mean?
It's not a great
Uh,
look for the
they're-
community.
Yeah, we usually have a pretty nice community, unless I'm calling people out for peanut butter allergies, that are pretty kind and respectful. And
Yeah.
most of the people were respectful, but there were just a few out of pocket ones that I was like, that's gross. Why?
Yeah.
Why? Are you? Yeah. So just if we have a guest and you have something mean to say about them, maybe just don't. Right? Maybe just don't.
I agree. Yeah. And I will say the majority of people were lovely.
We're very nice
in the comments, loving the episode.
I don't have to lecture you guys often. You know what I mean? So it's when the dad voice comes out, you know it's serious because it doesn't happen often.
I like
but
it.
guys,
Hot.
Daddy is here and he's
No.
upset.
Oh no.
Dad is so upset right now.
Yeah. So I will say there were a lot of great comments. We loved having the judges on. I loved I thought
I
it
can't
was,
wait to do it again.
Yeah, I thought it was one of our better episodes. Like they vibed with us really, really well. Super funny, super insightful. I thought they were great. I thought it was a great episode. I didn't think there'd be any issues. And like we're saying, it was a few individuals being shitty in the comments. So that was you. Just take a look inward and realize that you can disagree with someone without attacking their character. That is not what we do here. It's not what we do in this community. So we'd appreciate it if you didn't do that going forward. Because it definitely makes getting guests harder, especially ones that we enjoy having. So yeah. Good call out, Sean. And John was definitely agreeing in the group chat earlier today. So he
said yell for me because I cannot.
He did. Yeah, he got the stamp of approval. So, all right. With that, I got a couple shout outs here, Sean, that we don't do very often. This will be a little bit of a longer intro. Wow.
Shout outs at the top.
Yeah. If you want, hit up our shop, redditonwikishop.com, because for this month only, we are releasing all of our previous designs on the shop. We're talking Ogtha merch, Ring Ghost, Wikimaniacs merch, and much more. And get this, if you're a patron, I haven't told Sean this. He's going to hear this right now.
I think I'm upset already.
If you're a patron or a YouTube member, check out our latest post, beginning of November, for a discount code.
Wow. Wow.
So if you
What
support
a
the
deal.
show, you get a bit of a discount as well. But yeah, once again, that's redditonwikishop.com. Go check that out. And if you want to sign up to become a patron or a YouTube member, we got those links down in the show notes. So check that out.
Another added bonus.
Another added
for being
bonus.
a member.
Exactly.
You know?
So go check that out. We appreciate that. We're trying to get Sean full time here on the show.
Yeah.
He'd love
Would
that.
love it. Would fucking love it.
All right. With that super long intro, I can't wait to hear the comments. Intro's too long.
Get into it.
And we will right now. So this first one, cross-posted on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki, by Mill Ginger and Kayla with a Y. So this was cross-posted twice on our subreddit. So
nice.
Had
Look
to
at
be
you
on
giving credit twice.
Twice, yeah.
You know me. I see it once, and that's good enough for me, brother.
Listen, it just happenstance that I saw it twice on the subreddit. So
you're a good man.
It had to be the first story we jump into today. The title for this one is, Am I the asshole for not believing my boyfriend that he suddenly became gay due to the altitude difference when he was on a work trip in Utah?
That is simultaneously the most
creative,
surprising, but also not surprising place to just be like, oh, I'm gay. Just because, like, you know, there are a lot of people trying to repress their true selves in religious places like Utah. So surprising that it's Utah because it's scary over there. And then also not surprising because there's probably a lot of repression and just burst out due to the altitude at some points.
I also got to wonder, what is the altitude difference like in this scenario where altitude makes you gay? What is the limit? What do you think?
I don't know.
I think it's
I guess like
69 feet, right? No.
In Utah, 69 feet is pretty good, brother. Utah, I imagine you live in fucking Louisiana. You know what I mean? That's below sea level, I feel like.
Okay.
Making that up. I have no idea. I'm just assuming here.
You know what? Let's just make up the geography of America.
Yeah. Utah seems pretty high, I would imagine.
Yeah, it sounds like a high state.
Not
weed-wise, because I think it's illegal there. But
no, what isn't illegal over there?
All right. So I can hardly believe that I am writing this or that this happened, but I am, and it did. So here we go. I, 28 female, have been with my boyfriend, 29 male, for 3 years. Every now and then he has to go to Utah for a few days because his team has a customer service branch that operates out there. I got a text from one of his coworkers who has become a friend of ours, and it said that on the trip, my boyfriend cheated on me with some guy on the customer care team. I did not believe it at first because, first of all, my boyfriend has always identified as straight. And second of all, I just couldn't believe it. When he got home, I asked him about it, basically expecting him to confirm it was nonsense. Instead, he got real quiet and had us sit down and said that he had to tell me something.
Oh.
He said it was true. He did have a one-night stand with a guy. I couldn't believe it. I asked him if he was telling me he was gay or bisexual, and regardless, cheating is cheating. Which, exactly, yeah.
Yep.
He insisted he was not gay at all, but the strangest thing had happened. He said that when he was at dinner with his Utah coworkers, he suddenly became gay. I was like, what? What the fuck?
I don't think that's how it works.
I don't think it's maybe that was when you realized it, but that's not how that happens. But
we're just assuming based on our experiences, I guess 2 straight males.
Yeah.
But I would say I have a decent amount of gay friends, and I don't think any of them are claiming altitude as the reasoning.
No. He said he thinks it was due to the altitude.
Interesting.
I was like, you're fucking with me, right? But he said after he had done it with the guy, he got really confused as to how all of a sudden he was gay. He said that higher altitudes can have an impact on how people think and on their emotions. And he thinks that high altitude has made him gay. Temporarily, of course. He said that as soon as he landed back home, he was back to being straight. I was like, did you get drugged or something? But he said that was not possible. They were always in a group at dinner, which is when he became gay and was only alone with the guy afterwards. He said he had done a lot of thinking on the drive back from the airport, and he confirmed with himself that he's straight, and that his only conclusion could be that he was temporarily turned gay due to the altitude. I was like, whatever, I guess we were breaking up. He looked at me confused. I was like, gay or not, you did cheat on me. He said it wasn't his fault and that human actions are just byproducts of accidental brain chemistry. What?
Okay. No way, brother.
Workaround.
No fucking way.
Yeah. Every action you make is actually just a, brain chemistry. Like,
so truly, like, we can't be held accountable for anything, really, if you think about it.
What is free will if you really boil it down? You know what I mean? And that his chemistry had been altered through no fault of his own due to the higher altitudes of Utah. He said he couldn't believe that I would blame him for something medical and scientific that was out of his control.
Of him to say that he can't believe something. While saying probably the most unbelievable story of all time.
And then stating it's medical and scientific. God. The internet has ruined us as a species.
Watch me Google it. They're like, oh, wait, actually.
Listen, I'm sure altitude does play a role. Like it does affect you probably. Like all those things, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't make you cheat. Yeah.
No, it doesn't make you cheat. It doesn't make you gay. That's just, cheating is what you did, and being gay is just who you are or bi, whatever you happen to be. And you're just not coming, like you just refuse to come to the realization of that.
Yeah. I feel like, of course, everyone is, entitled to come out as they please. But I feel like this is not the way.
Well, this is just denial.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I guess, if you're not ready to come out, but then at least be truthful and be like, I don't know where I am right now, but I did fuck that guy and we do probably have to end it.
Yeah.
Like to be so fucking insane about it and be like, yeah, it's the fucking altitude. You know what I mean? And on the drive back, when I got lower to sea level, I was like, actually,
I'm not gay at all.
Like, what? Yeah. I don't know.
Insane. Yeah. He really looked bewildered that I was angry about this. I don't know. Maybe he's convincing and I'm a rube, but I'm starting to wonder if I'm overreacting.
No, you're not.
Like, I know it sounds insane, but is it possible to accidentally change your sexual orientation due to emotional changes brought on by altitude? Is that possible? And if it is, am I overreacting?
No. Because like Opie said, if this is somehow scientifically possible, a cheat is a cheat. You know what I mean?
That's floor one of this story. Like, forget all of the crazy conspiracy bullshit he's coming up with to justify this to himself. He still cheated. Like, beyond that, that's where the buck stops. For are you overreacting? Absolutely not.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's like, say he was somehow changed by the altitude and become gay. He doesn't have to cheat on you.
No.
He could just be like, wow, my coworker is a very attractive man. That's cool, dude. That's good to know that I think that he's an attractive man.
Yeah.
This is all very new information to me. I don't know how to react to this. But obviously, since I'm dating someone, I will not fuck that attractive man.
Yeah.
I feel like that would be fine.
Pretty simple, yeah.
Yeah, you just you come back and be like, I got some things to think about. But I didn't cheat. Yeah.
Just put it into this like perspective. If he'd gone to Utah and then had sex with a woman.
With a woman. And then was like, whoa,
the brain
altitude
chemistry
really fucking made me like lose my inhibitions, and I fell on top of her. I don't know what to say.
You'd be like, absolutely fucking not. Like it's just it's obviously him trying to come to trying to suppress himself with whatever means necessary. That's for him to figure out. Yeah. And you don't have to stick around for that. Like, that's something he's clearly got to come around to on and stop making up excuses about. And he's probably on the spectrum somewhere. It's probably,
Yeah, the empath in me feels bad that he's outed, and then I'm like, oh wait, he cheated.
Yes.
He cheated. So really, no forgiving, no mercy.
Oh no, he's the asshole for
he's
sure.
the asshole for sure.
Yeah.
I like truly, and it's just like it comes with like how I take in TV shows too. Once you cheat, I feel like that's it, brother. It's over.
Yeah.
You cannot be. I mean, of course, everything changes. Maybe you could be redeemed. Circumstances are circumstances. But most often, like when I'm watching a TV show and a character cheats, I'm like, you're dead to me. That's why I hate everybody on Grey's Anatomy. I don't like any one of them.
Yeah. I do hate TV shows that are like, oh, this person cheated. And then you're supposed to like them eventually. Like they make a character arc. And it's like, nah, I still don't fuck with you.
No, you still fucked up the lives of somebody you supposedly love. So I don't know.
Completely different, but Nate from Ted Lasso, I've never forgiven that motherfucker. I hate him.
Oh, he's a piece of shit.
Yeah. But yeah, Reddit deemed not the asshole, of course. Nuke Flash said, been to Utah a ton. Haven't felt the slightest change in sexuality. You realize he's feeding you a crock of shit, right? Just wanted to make sure everyone was on the same page. Now to deal with the aliens and their brainwave beams into my eyeballs.
What the fuck?
Just brought in other conspiracies. Like that's what it was. To which Blue Green 1956 said, maybe because you've been to Utah so often, you did in fact become so gay that you went to the other side and transformed back to straight. Just a thought.
Whoa. A lot of math in there, I think.
Yeah, two negatives, right? Make a positive or a negative positive, whatever it happens to be.
Opposites attract. I don't know. There's something. I think we might be onto something.
I think we're getting there, guys. This is turning into a conspiracy podcast.
Yeah.
John,
we need John back. This is what happens when we lose John.
John would encourage that.
Probably.
But yeah, very wild story. So appreciate the cross post on that one. Moving on to the next one, cross posted by the GOAT, Mary Gets 2011.
Mm-hmm.
And the title for this one is, am I the asshole for letting my kids loot my brother's house to prove my point?
Sometimes I'm like, I hate proving a point. But then a lot of times by the end of the story, we're like, prove that fucking point. Hell yeah.
Petty revenge. We're here for it.
We love a petty revenge. So, I mean, yeah, fuck it. How badly could they have done?
Yeah. I mean, looting could be a lot of things.
Yeah, I guess there's a wide spectrum of looting.
Well, let's hop into it and see.
Let's get into it. I'm going to go no, though, if I'm making predictions.
You go no? Okay.
I'm going you're justified. At the very least, justifiable asshole.
Okay. I like that. Yeah. I like that guess. So my brother and his family came for a visit last month. My kids and I play with Legos and we have fun leaving little dioramas around my house. Just silly stuff like a fight between Iron Man and Darth Vader on the Loot Llama.
God, I love this.
It's kind of neat. It's just our way of leaving Easter eggs around the house. My nephew really liked them and decided to take a few home. Without asking, by the way. Just
sounds like
that clear. When we noticed they were missing, I asked my brother to bring them back. He said that it was just kids being kids and that he would bring them back the next time we saw each other.
No.
I saw him for coffee and I reminded him beforehand that I wanted all our stuff back, and he conveniently forgot to bring the toys. All right, game on. We went over to his place for a barbecue. I told my kids that unless all our stuff was returned to us when we got there, literally anything in the house was fair game. Like the godless barbarians they are, they went to town. When we left, I don't think there was any remotes, small electronics, or beer mugs left at his house.
That's insane.
I actually had to sneak the dog back into the house before we left.
A step too far. Good call on that one. Good call on that one.
Yeah. I was gonna say, not too bad.
I mean, they brought it outside.
It's also
the intention was there.
Yeah. I mean, kids are the kids, but you did the parenting. You're like, no, that's that's a step too far.
Maybe let's not do that one.
Yeah. I will say it's also insane that you're at his house and he still didn't give you the Lego. Like, you're there.
I hope they stole the Legos back as well.
It doesn't sound like it.
Wow.
From everything I understood about the story, it didn't
Maybe they
sound
left
like
them there as
you have to bring it
like
to
a
us.
trade.
Yeah. I started getting calls on our way home and I ignored them. When I got home, I returned his calls. He said a bunch of stuff was missing from his house. I said I would check with the kids. And he said that I fucking well knew what happened and that he wanted his shit back. I said I would box it up and return it the next time we saw each other, as long as we got our Legos back. He was at my house with the Legos later that evening. He had even accidentally included stuff that wasn't ours. I returned it and the stuff and his stuff. I told him that this is how we would be dealing with his kid in the future. He is pissed off that he had to make a special trip to return my stuff. My parents think that there is a huge difference between an 8-year-old taking a Lego minifigure and a couple of teenagers pillaging their uncle's house. But am I the asshole?
No.
No, I don't think so.
I think there maybe is a difference, but 8 is old enough to know like that's not yours. I feel like, again, not a parent. I feel like probably 5 or 6, you could tell them that you cannot bring that home. That's not yours.
Yeah. Like 8 is old enough. They understand what you're saying. They understand usually like what stealing or like taking something that isn't yours is.
Yeah.
So just be a fucking parent.
Yeah.
Like, it's pretty easy to be like, okay, that's not our Lego. We can't take that home. Either we'll get you some later or, Christmas present or whatever it happens to be. Like, that's not yours. We can't take that home with us.
Like I've done like the uncle thing where like my nieces will like come over, my nieces and nephews will like come over and like a toy that I have or like, things like that, like a little knickknack. And then, you offer it because the parent is always like, no, you got to leave that. That's not yours. And then that's when you could step in and be like, no, have it. But for the parent to just be like, yeah, take that shit. Who cares? Wild. Absolutely insane.
Yeah. Because it would have been one thing if the kid was like, hey, like, could I take this home with me? I can almost guarantee they'd be like, yeah, sure. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Or if not, that's what I'm saying. Like the next Christmas present, maybe that's a present from the uncle. They buy them their own Iron Man or whatever it happens to be, Lego figure. And he can have his own. I think not teaching them that is just setting your kid up for failure in the future.
Yeah. They're going to be very greedy.
Yeah. Or
take.
Or a theft. A thief. A theft. Fuck.
A thefter.
They're a thefter. Reddit team, not the asshole. Some people said justifiable asshole in the comments, which
fair.
Also fair. But inevitable.
You should pillage the grandparents next.
Just nonstop ratings. Bring it back to Viking days.
Take what's yours.
Inevitable Cup 5909 in our comments said, dude is pissed that OP is making him a parent. It's like, yeah.
I mean, honestly, dude.
It's exactly what it is. He's pissed that you're
8 years old is way too old to be
teaching him what theft is. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Insane. All right. Let's move on to the next one, posted by No Midscore Cauliflower, Midscore 6934. And the title is, Am I the asshole for telling my wife to stop crying about missing out on our daughter's wedding?
Yes. Let her feel her emotions, right?
Why would they miss the wedding?
Because she's a bigot. I'm guessing the crying mother's a bigot.
I like asking open-ended questions just to see where your head's like, where your views on society are, and it's in a sad spot right now.
It's in a sad spot. It's election season.
True. Actually, I think this is the first episode after the election, right?
Oh, fuck.
The 8th?
Oh.
Yeah. This is coming out on the 8th.
I'm scared.
So, yeah. Good job or bad job to America. Depending on what happens.
Jesus.
And the rest of the world. We're all fucked.
Fuck.
All right. Let's hop into this one and see if this mom is a bigot.
We're very happy.
Or yeah. Do
I
both
could be
reactions.
very happy.
Just leave your mouth open and then I'll dub over congratulations, Kamala Harris. Or fuck. So, as the title says, my wife, 53 female, and I, 55 male, have 3 children: Brett, 27 male, Amy, 25 female, and Lynn, 24 female. Now, let me say this: I love all of my children in their own way, but no child has ever given me a headache like Lynn. She's our wild child. Got a college degree at 16, began working and saving up, moved to Louisiana once she turned 18, got more college degrees, and lives a pretty nice life.
That's your problem child?
That's your wild child?
That's your, what are you talking about? You have a headache from success after success at a young age?
I got my college degree 8 years after I should have.
She got 2 by the time we had 1.
Yeah. Crazy. I'm proud of her, of course, but she's always been our wildly independent, argumentative, intelligent little girl. She's the more social one, too. She's covered in tattoos, piercing, and always has funky hair. I'm proud of her. I love her, but she's always been our non-traditional child. I will say that not the worst way to, like, this is a pretty good opening. I mean, it sounds like he's like, yeah, she's our wild child, but I love her, which is I guess, a healthy mindset.
Yeah.
Lynn met her now husband, Brad, 27 male, when she moved to Louisiana. Illegal, by the way, but beyond the...
Wait, say that again?
He's 27, she's 24.
Oh, okay.
I'm kidding.
When did y'all meet? Just kidding.
Brad is like Lynn, tattoos and piercings up the wazoo. Non-traditional. He's a good kid. I like him. He protected Lynn and has been by her side for a lot of things. I actually love that kid for protecting my baby girl. Lynn will be the first child of ours to be married, so when we heard the news about their engagement, my wife was super excited. She started talking about wedding planning and all that girl stuff. Lynn and Brad were both upfront about not wanting a wedding and just wanting a small party with mainly family and some friends as a celebratory thing. My wife was very upset and pushed at Lynn till she reluctantly agreed to plan a wedding. Not even a week into wedding planning, Lynn and my wife had a spat about floral arrangements, which led to Lynn flying back home to Louisiana. Lynn announced that they had eloped and would be planning a small intimate get-together in New Orleans around Halloween time.
Oh, yeah.
My wife lost it. Her and Lynn got into a huge argument over the phone, which led to them both not speaking. My wife cries every time this situation is brought up, saying she's missed out on our little girl's special day. After a few weeks of this nonsense, I finally snapped and said, "Why are you surprised? Lynn didn't want the wedding in the first place. She's our least traditional child. I'm just glad we at least got the engagement announcement. Stop crying about it and wait till Brett or Amy get married, because they are the ones that will actually enjoy the wedding shit." My wife called me a few names and has been avoiding me. I really don't mean to be an asshole, but Lynn is the last child I expect to want a big grand wedding. I mean, fuck's sake, she's a nurse that does hair on the side, who is also a practicing witch, which sounds sick.
That sounds like a superhero.
That is awesome.
I mean, actually, Doctor Strange that's real life Doctor Strange.
That is apt. He doesn't do hair on the side though, so she's actually better in some ways.
More talented.
That child makes no sense. I'd more expect Brett to want the big wedding when he and his boyfriend eventually get engaged. It also just felt wrong she tried to force it on Lynn. So lay the brutal honesty on me. Do I roll over and apologize, or do I continue sticking up for Lynn over this mess?
Honestly, you're on the right side of history here.
There we go.
I say
not a bigot.
up.
Not a bigot. Though.
Not a bigot, but still being a dummy.
Yes.
Look, she ended up doing what she wanted to do in the end anyway, which kind of seems like Lynn's MO for the past 24 years of her life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So truly, like, probably OP could have said it nicer. I
don't think he said it that badly, to be honest.
Yeah, that's true. But he was just like, look, like, this is on brand. Also, she didn't want to do it. She considered having one. She flew over here to plan it, and then obviously that did not work out due to differences of opinions. So it's just like, why add all the stress? You're going to get 2 more weddings with your other 2 kids. So it's like, shouldn't you just be happy that Lynn is happy?
Yeah.
Really?
That's the be all end all, right?
The wedding is not for you. The
No.
wedding is to celebrate their love, and that's how they wanted to celebrate it. And it's not like they're not having a party for other people to come and celebrate it. They're still doing that.
Yeah. Yeah. And you
They're
guys
still
were
doing that.
presumably invited to that. So it's
Yeah,
like,
I assume.
I don't know what the issue is. Yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Sean. It's like it sounds like your wife kept pushing and pushing until Lynn was like, "All right, well, I didn't fucking want this anyway, so like we're done. I don't have to do this. This is not what I wanted. I'm going to do my own thing." And then like I don't know. To me, OP is actually like a great dad and is just like, "Hey, this is just who our daughter is. We love her. We should accept her for this. This is fine." Like he sounds like actually probably one of the better dads we've talked about on this show.
Oh, for sure. For sure.
So yeah, I think you're in the right, OP. I think your wife needs to realize that she doesn't need to push her ideals onto your daughter, and that yes, there will be another chance for a big grand wedding of your children. It won't be the first child, but honestly, that doesn't really matter because it's going to be fun no matter what for her.
Yeah, every wedding is going to be different anyway. So
exactly, yeah. So I don't know. I agree. I think you should continue to stick up for Lynn.
Yeah.
Otherwise, she won't talk to you guys for a long time, and
it's like
shitty.
What's the end goal for the mom here, anyways? Playing the whole wedding, get into 1,000 arguments with Lynn over something that Lynn doesn't want, or just boom, the wedding's there. Y'all get to go celebrate, and she doesn't hate your ass like she would have if the wedding happened. So it's like, I feel like this is a way better outcome for you.
Yeah. I hate people who aren't the couple who try and make the wedding about themselves. It's like, for sure, like you're going to the wedding. If you're the parents, like you should have a few things to like of a say on.
Yeah.
Like the mother-daughter dance or father-daughter dance, whatever. Like you should have a say on the song or whatever. Like there's those type of things. But like when it comes down to the nitty-gritty, like that's up to the couple to decide. It's their business. Let them fucking decide it. I don't understand.
Like when it happens like that, I'm truly just like, I get it. This is like you've raised your child and now they are entering and beginning their own family. You're setting them off. That's an accomplishment on your end, sort of.
Yeah.
For raising them. But also, like, if you want to throw a party that damn bad, no one is stopping you from renting out a venue, inviting all of your friends and just dancing all night. You know what I mean?
It's true.
Nothing is stopping that from happening. So truly, every time I hear about stories about like people just trying to do too much for a wedding that's not theirs, I'm like, you can throw your own event.
Yeah. It'll be
it's just
way
like
cheaper
sore
than a
losers.
wedding.
I'm like, dude, you could buy a trophy. Like you don't have. It'll be just as nice on your desk as if you had won it. But you could just buy one.
Wow. As a Leafs fan, this is a revelation to me. I gotta just buy a Stanley Cup replica.
Yeah, I just Leafs every single year. Like, yeah, this is incredible.
Wow, we have never lost. I'll live in my own delusion.
It is always our year.
Wow, the higher up you get, the gayer you get. Just live in my own delusional fantasy. It's crazy. Reddit deemed not the asshole.
Yeah.
Tarzan Kitty in the subreddit said, or not our subreddit, but in the actual post said, "Not the asshole. Your wife missed her daughter's wedding because she was acting like she was planning her own wedding. Whatever type of flowers your wife wanted is fucking irrelevant because she is neither the bride nor groom." To which OP responded, "That's what I'm saying. My wife wanted Lynn to have this overly girly wedding that Lynn just didn't want.
She's a witch."
Yeah, Lynn was leaning more towards a gothy theme for the wedding, and my wife wanted a more traditional Christian wedding, which was weird from the beginning because Lynn has always been open about her style and religious standpoint. I just want my wife to accept Lynn." And I think I think your wife does have a hard time accepting your daughter. And I'm glad your daughter has a father like you who will stand up for her. And I think your wife needs to come to that realization, and she's not going to get it if you just, apologize to her and let her walk all over Lynn. So good for you for standing up and setting those boundaries. All right. Next one here, posted by Cutie Pie Goddess. And the title is, "Am I the asshole for calling off the wedding after my fiance gave his ex closure without telling me?"
Did he fuck his ex
What do you mean by closure?
Yeah. I wonder, like, I'm trying to put myself in their shoes. Like, if Nancy gave closure to an ex right before a wedding, would I be upset? I feel like no.
Right. Okay.
You know what I mean? I
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like I wouldn't care. I'd be like, you know what? That's really nice of you.
yeah.
Maybe he won't come to our wedding and try to, do that thing where he, you know, says that he has a problem with it or
And
whatever.
then dance
And they got a
battles
church.
you
Yeah, I
for
would
Nancy.
win. I would win. But yeah, I mean, I personally, I feel like this is okay, but I guess it just depends on what the closure is. Also, maybe how heavy the relationship was with the ex. Like, were they married? Were they almost engaged? Things
Yeah.
like that. I guess it all just depends. Everything is circumstantial, but I'll say asshole
Okay. All right.
because they broke off the entire wedding, right?
Yes.
Is that what it said? Okay.
Yeah, calling off the wedding. So
Calling off the wedding. I'll say maybe an overreaction, but I'm also really ready to be wrong, as with all of my predictions.
Yeah, I mean that's good. Willing to be proven wrong, and that we appreciate that. All right, so I, 28 female, have been with my fiance Tom for 30 male for 3 years.
Mm.
Which I will say, just before we get into the post, should you have not already made closure with your exes if you've been in a relationship
3
for 3
years.
years? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
that's weird for me, but
that
I
is true.
digress.
Maybe they were out of the country. They came back past lifestyle.
I think by that point, it's just like, why do you need closure?
Yeah, I think it's over, right?
Yeah,
You should be
I
fine.
think we're okay. So he and his ex, Sarah, were together for 6 years before we met, and she's been a shadow hanging over us the entire time.
I might be on OP's side already. It sounds like it's been a constant issue and a point of discussion probably before.
A couple times, yeah. At first, I understood they shared a lot of history, and breakups can be tough. But we're supposed to be there for each other's future now. We're planning our wedding, building a life, and I thought he was done with his past. A month ago, Tom got a random message from Sarah asking for closure, and instead of ignoring it or at least discussing it with me, he responded and met up with her. I found out when I saw a message on his phone that said, "Thanks for last night."
That's not a good look.
No.
I mean, anything could have happened. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But definitely when you see the text from that person, your mind goes to the worst place, probably.
For sure. But also, like, he didn't even discuss it with you before going. Like, there's a lot of red flags there.
Yeah, it is weird. To not even bring it up is kind of weird.
My heart dropped. When I confronted him, he swore nothing physical happened, saying he stayed up over until early morning just talking. I didn't believe him, and what's worse, he got defensive, calling me insecure for feeling betrayed.
Oh, yeah, fuck this guy. Also, I feel like this is a plot point straight out of Love is Blind, one of the previous seasons
Oh, really?
that Nancy watched.
Interesting.
He's like one of the girls he dated in the pod he met up with at night and then stayed in a car
Love that.
until the wee hours of the morning.
Great
He was like,
guy.
we were just discussing everything. And then she was like, I really don't think you were, to be honest.
No. I will also say, like, if you're going to closure with an ex and you are with
Maybe
someone,
a public space,
coffee, something like that. You know what I mean? Like very, very public where it's like, yeah, we clearly didn't do anything. You know what I mean? Like there's that, like going to their place and staying until early in the morning. It's like, how long did you need closure for? He says Sarah deserved closure and that I should understand since he's with me now. The more we talk, the more I realize he doesn't think he did anything wrong. I tried to explain how hurtful it was that he hid this, especially when he didn't need to, but he made me feel like I was the problem for being jealous of a friendship. But here's the kicker. Tom then had the audacity to tell me that this needed to happen so he could truly move on.
Huh? Was it closure for him?
I thought you said that she needed closure. We've been in a relationship for 3 years.
Kind of weird to propose to somebody and not have closure with your ex.
Be confident that you're fine with your past.
And that, that this person is your person.
Exactly. He even suggested Sarah should come to the wedding as a friend to show everyone there's no bad blood.
Who cares? Who cares about if you have bad blood with Sarah or not?
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough. I was so stunned. How could he think it's appropriate to invite his ex to our wedding? Someone he apparently still feels the need to support. I've since called off the wedding saying I need time to think, but my family and friends are split. Half say I should be able to trust him if he says nothing happened, and the other thinks I'm totally justified. Meanwhile, Tom's been telling our friends that I'm controlling and making a big deal out of nothing.
More red flags.
Yeah, that's fucking wild. So now I'm second guessing myself. So am I the asshole for putting my foot down, or am I overreacting to something that was really innocent?
No. And you know how you are justified by his reaction afterwards. You know what I mean? He's like out here calling you crazy, essentially. And truly, like, where's him working hard to get closure on this? You know what I mean? Where's the effort there?
Oh no, he'll do it in 3 years when he's proposed like with someone else.
When he's about to marry somebody else. Yeah. I feel like what was the first half? They were like, half of my friends, blah, blah, blah.
Half my friends say I should be able to trust him saying that nothing happened. And the other thinks I'm totally justified.
I think those are both true. You should be able to trust your partner. But when your partner withholds information from you on purpose, potentially lies about what happened, or is just making stupid decisions by doing this at all, without notifying you, it's all not good. He lost the the opportunity for trust.
Yeah, and
So
I agree 100%. Like, absolutely not the asshole. Like we said most of the things, but like strike one was just not telling you at all when she first texted him. Open communication is 100% like what you should have going into a marriage. Like, he should be able to trust and be like, hey, listen, my ex texted me. She wants closure. Are you okay with me going? I'll set it up for a coffee date or something, or not date. Don't qualify it as a date.
Whoa.
A coffee meetup just to discuss it. I'll be like an hour in and out. Are you okay with that? Like, kind of like making a plan with your partner on stuff like this is important.
Yeah, just respect your partner like you want to be respected.
Exactly.
Would you want this to happen to you and just be like, let anything come to your mind, and then also not really give any like clarity or like, it's one thing to be like nothing physical happened, but then to also be like nothing physical happened. Like, why are you so insecure? Like, let them feel some sort of comfort by being like, I know this is a bad look, but like, you're entitled to your feelings. But to be like, no, you're so dumb and insecure. Also, nothing happened. Well, a lot of negatives happen right now, so I'm just gonna think something definitely happened.
Out,
You're defensive right now, is all I'm saying. Maybe a little bit of projection over here.
Yeah, so that's like strike two is the projection, and just like immediately tearing you down for having justifiable reaction to this.
If somebody else that your partner had been romantically engaged with said thanks for last night, you might be inclined to think something maybe happened.
I would have questions. I would have multiple questions. And then like for him to be like, this needed to happen for me to move on. Crazy. But
red flag. You proposed. What are you
doing?
Were now moved on.
And then the cherry on top, wanting to invite her to the wedding. It's like, why? Why do you care? Like, closure was supposed to be the end. That was supposed to be it. You know what I mean? Like,
I thought it was closed.
You could be friendly. You don't have to be friends with your ex. You know what I mean? Like,
you have to buy them dinner and a dance party. Exactly. All of your friends and family.
So it's just like, even if nothing did happen, he made so many terrible choices, from like going to do the closure to.
I was so distracted right now because Ringo was staring right down the camera. I was like, whoa. She's
so trained. From birth, we trained her. But yeah, so not the asshole. I think you have a justified response to this, and Reddit agreed. To which Hosty Jones said he stayed overnight for closure. Just how long does closure take? To which J54T said, "Oh my God, don't stop. I'm about to have closure."
I'm about to closure.
I'm closing. Yeah, everyone assumed they fucked. So
I mean, how else can you take thanks for last night? You know what I mean?
Crazy. All right, moving on to the next post, second last one, posted by past midscore house midscore 2508. And this is the other side of the coin. Am I the asshole for being disgusted and just saying, okay, when my fiance broke up with me?
No. You're allowed to be disgusted.
I mean, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, I guess depending on what it is, I think for sure.
So it's, am I the asshole for being disgusted and just saying okay when being broken up with?
Yes.
Yeah, you're dealing. Everybody could deal with a breakup in different ways. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I will say, as someone who deals with things like that, where it's just like, okay, and then I have to like take myself out of a situation to deal with whatever I'm feeling. Like, I understand that. And this is like not even diving into the story, but that's just like, it's understandable to just not react right away.
You need to take a step out. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I don't know, man. I like how they started that. I, 28, had been with my fiance, Alex, 34, since 2020. Illegal.
Wait. Yeah, I was doing the math.
30
there.
and 24.
Yeah.
I think,
bad.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
We met at a friend's party, hit it off, and had been together ever since. He finished his doctorate in economics just last year. Since then, he has been working at the university. I have my master's in media sciences and decided to start working instead of going for a PhD. Okay, so the problem is that Alex just broke up with me last Monday. It was literally so surreal and honestly just weird. For the past few months, he's been acting strange. He was making demands and then dropping them immediately. For example, he told me he was going to paint our walls from the dark green to white. When I asked him why, he just said, "For fuck's sake, forget it." And then never brought it up again, even when I asked. What a mature 34-year-old response. Another time he came home and got mad because I was sitting on the couch with my head covered in a blanket because I had cramps. He was upset because I was just sitting there watching Netflix. Keep in mind, the house was spotless. When I tried to talk to him about it, he said, "Forget it. It's not a big deal." This kind of thing became common. Every time I tried to communicate, try to figure out what was going on, whether it was something I did, or maybe he was just stressed at work, he would just say everything's fine. But he was clearly seething with rage. I didn't even have to do anything. He would just find something to complain about. The apartment, clothes, me, work, etc. So I gave him space, which apparently was also wrong. I told him I was going to help my parents with repairs for a few days, and somehow that was also wrong because he wanted to renovate the apartment too. Then, on Monday, I got a text saying we need to talk. I knew what was coming, and after the last few months, I had made peace with it. When I came home, he was sitting on the couch. He didn't even wait for me to take off my jacket before saying, "I want to break up." Then the verbal diarrhea started. He told me he resented me. First, because I didn't pursue my academic career further, even though I was capable, and he didn't want to upset me at the time. Then, when I started making more money, since he didn't make as much as a PhD student, he felt like I should have the last word financially, and he hated it. Mind you, I've never said anything like, "It's my money, so I have the final say." That's a rule he imposed on himself, and he hated it, which is wild. Also, if you could just talk to your partner about these things. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I mean, it's obviously insecurity.
Yeah.
Because she's making more than you, which is stupid. You should trust that your partner shouldn't care about that stuff to a degree. Like, if you're literally not making money because you're just a lazy piece of shit.
Yeah, then that's different.
That's different. But you're still working. You're just making less than her. Just talk to her about it. Have a financial
The self-imposed rule is so funny to me.
Crazy.
It's just the Tim Robinsons. We're all trying to find out who did this.
Dressed up in a hot dog costume.
So is he. Oh.
He then said he hated our paint scheme, the couch, and even our fucking crock pot. Then he told me that he had rejected a better PhD program to stay here because I had already started my job by the time he got the acceptance letters. Only he never told me he had even applied overseas. He said a few months ago, he checked in with a friend who's in that program, saw how they were thriving, and decided I ruined his life.
You did that to yourself, but a
Yeah.
lot of self-inflicted wounds here.
I was going to say, how is she supposed to know any of this if you don't tell her or like talk to her about it? Like, not that any of these things are her fault, because she didn't have any like knowledge that this is what you were concerned about or anything.
Dual cats.
Dual cats.
Already.
She's very talkative. I know you can't hear it, but
No, I can't hear it.
she's a chattery cat.
She's trying to wake up Ringo.
She probably didn't see Ringo, got up there and was like, fuck. Now,
Are they both like staying in that spot?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Where was I? Oh, yeah. He said I had too much control over his life and that he hated the idea that I could just decide not to pay for things and fuck him over. But I honestly don't even know what that means. He also said he hated that all his friends loved me and didn't let him vent about me. They love her
Again,
more than you.
He's just so mad at things that are out of her control.
Yeah. Also, very telling that if he was the one making money, these are the rules he would impose on you. Like,
yeah,
very concerning.
that is true.
Then he said again, I'm done. I was floored. I'd already made peace with the idea that we were ending and it hurt. But after that rant, I was just disgusted. I looked at him, probably with the disgusted expression, and said, okay. He lost it. He said this is exactly what he meant, that it was horrible. We'd been together for 4 years, and all I had to say was, okay, to our breakup. I just asked if he wanted to stay here for a while he figured out where to go. And he said, typical, of course you're going to hold the apartment over me, and started ranting again. So I just left. I told my parents, and they're also confused. My dad suggested I reach out to our landlord and explain the situation to see what options I have. I can keep paying the rent, no problem myself. He covered the utilities and some subscriptions. Just to reiterate, I never had a problem with this. I saw that he was chasing his dream, and that was more important to me than a 50-50 financial split. I make good money, and I'm happy about my job. I never saw it as slaving away. I always had the mentality that my money was our money because we were building a life together. Of course, I had my own savings and fun money, but I honestly never cared. As long as I felt he was working towards something and wasn't taking advantage of me, I was fine with it. More than fine. Alex is still mad. He's going between texting me like a robot about the logistics of splitting up to being a seething asshole complaining about everything. I'm not even hurt anymore. I just feel nauseated by him at this point. I don't know. Should I have reacted differently? And am I the asshole?
No, I think it's very clear you're not the asshole.
Yeah.
He had a couple months of just being weird as fuck. And then he ranted at you. Would he have preferred you yell back? I guess.
I guess
I don't
so.
know. Sounds like it.
Yeah.
But I mean, like you said at the very beginning, people react to things differently. They're entitled to step out and let their emotions, think about it, things like that. So
but I will say in this case, it's even different because she had come to the conclusion a while ago that this was happening.
Yeah.
So she was just like, oh yeah, I knew this was coming. So I feel she'd already processed it and was just like, all right, this is like next steps. Plus she didn't know any of the other shit. So she's probably just like blindsided by all the random.
Yeah, you're blaming me for all this shit that I had no idea was a thing.
Sorry, your life sucks. That's not my fault. You didn't consult me with anything that was going on. It's crazy. Like, I wonder what they talked about day to day. Like, I don't know. Like, if I'm having any issues, podcast wise, work wise, you know what I mean? Like, I immediately talk to Sienna about it. You know what I mean? And then, like, if it's something like actionable, we'll talk about it. And like I'll. Or just vent, you know what I mean? You just vent to your partner about stuff that's bothering you about life. Same with her. And it's just like, I truly don't understand what they talked about for months on end about like life, work. What do you talk about? What do you do? I just don't understand. So yeah, very weird of him. And this is just another, proof that communication is key in a relationship. It's everything.
Yeah.
Reddit
That's
Dean.
got to be one of the skits we got to do on the Tim Robinson live stream.
Yeah. I think we should just
I feel
watch.
like John would enjoy that one.
Yeah, I think so too.
We'd rather be on our phone than outside feeling things, you know. Yeah, you'd rather be on Pornhub or he just starts naming all of them. John would like that.
Yeah, that's a good one. Reddit team, not the asshole. Dan 1987 TE said, dude basically hates himself for the decisions he took without ever consulting you. He chose his comforts, but now since others seem to be in a better position, he is venting on you and making you the culprit. Not the asshole, but your man has a little brain and doesn't know what to do with it. Fucking got him.
Facts.
All right, moving on to our final story. Unless you are a patron or YouTube member, where we do 2 more Am I the Asshole stories. So go sign up if you want some bonus stories. This last one is posted by APCSOIS. I didn't know how to pronounce it, so I just spelled it. Title is, Am I the Asshole for leaving during my wife's pregnancy? Or no,
Yes.
sorry. Am I the asshole for leaving during my wife's labor?
Yes.
I can't believe I fucked up the sentence. Both equally bad.
Both equally terrible. I think I understood what you meant.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he could have left during the pregnancy as well.
Yeah. That's also a thing that happens.
Yeah. Which, I don't know which worse. Different levels of evil? Same level of evil?
Yeah.
Probably same level.
Probably same level.
I would say at least if he left during the pregnancy, she would have time to get someone else to be in the labor room with her.
Yeah.
So.
But also if he left during labor, she at least had help during a very tough 9 months. Both evil. Both very evil.
You think if he left during the labor, he was there during the pregnancy?
That's probably true.
All right. Let's see if this guy is an asshole. So my wife went into labor around 6 p.m. on Sunday.
I got sleepy.
And we're expecting twins. It quickly turned into a very painful process. She kept cutting off the blood pressure to my hand when she squeezed and nearly sprayed my shirt with vomit. Imagine how she's feeling.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Am I supposed to feel bad for you, brother?
My hand hurt and she almost stained my shirt.
2 humans coming outside of her body.
What a fucking idiot. Around 3 a.m., my dad calls. I work for my dad's company and we had a presentation for clients Monday morning that I had to get ready for.
No.
Your dad at 3 a.m. That's insane. My dad heard my wife was in labor, but told me he needed me on this presentation. He said there was nothing I could do to help my wife, and delivery and seeing the baby come out was overrated, and people don't prepare you for the gore. What the fuck? Your dad sucks. He said he needed me to rest up and make myself presentable for the presentation. My wife's labor was progressing very slowly, and we were all certain she would need forceps or other assistance to deliver the babies. Which I gotta say, what a terrible decision to leave if your wife needs to go through that.
Yeah. She's having a terrible time in labor, but I just gotta
go.
Yeah. Corporate America waits for no one.
Yeah. My dad waits for no one. I realized that I couldn't help her here and my dad was counting on me, so I told her I needed to leave. She started screaming at me so loudly that a few nurses rushed over to our room. I ended up doing the presentation with the clients and things went well. Great. I'm so glad for you. I leave the office to see a text on my phone that said my wife delivered an hour ago at 10:30 a.m. and that they had to use forceps. I would have missed that meeting had I stayed, and my dad has given me everything he could possibly give me in life, so I didn't want to let him down. So you wanted to let your own kids down. Love that. I had responsibilities I had to take care of while my wife is still screaming at me, saying that she was alone when they had destroyed her body. I'm the only one who works, and her mom herself said that she was emotional and overreacting. My wife even went so far as to saying that her family would disown her if she was the first of them to get divorced, but she doesn't consider me her husband right now. So am I the asshole?
Yes.
Yeah.
Dude.
You're a piece of shit.
Dude. Fuck you.
Also, her fucking mom sucks, dude.
Yeah,
what
mom's
the
tripping.
fuck are you talking about?
Mom's blinded by the money, I guess. I'm assuming this guy is making decent money.
I guess so. But even then, it's like no excuse. Like,
That's your daughter, dude.
yeah. Well, and for OP to be like, to just abandon your wife while she's going through a very like, it sounds like it was a traumatic experience, obviously. Uh, a difficult pregnancy, forceps, like that's probably terrifying for her. And she had no one there with her. Like, what the fuck? I wouldn't consider you my husband or partner either. Uh, I'd be leaving your ass. And
Yeah. You put work above both your wife and child.
yeah. Yeah. So go have work. I'll take half your fucking money, and you'll be paying child support because
Also, fuck your mom. Who cares if you're disowned?
yeah, fuck her
Because
honestly.
she sounds like a stupid bitch.
And fuck your dad for calling you, like even bothering to call you when your wife's
Well,
in
he probably
labor.
sounds like he wasn't a great husband either.
No, he sounds like a real piece of shit. Yeah.
That stupid bitch.
100,000% an asshole. And I hope she leaves you and takes you for every fucking penny that you've worked so hard for.
All the money that your dad handed to you.
Exactly. Yeah. On a silver spoon.
You Nepo baby piece of shit.
Opagia said, "You're the asshole." And then quoted I realized I couldn't help her here and said, "Yeah, you could. You could have provided a comforting, supportive presence while she's extremely scared and in pain. Instead, you abandoned her, which made everything seem even more stressful." And quote, "And seeing the baby come out is overrated. It's not. There's a real reason why people list the birth of their child as the most memorable moment of their lives, and you missed it." Yeah, those are two great points. I like you left your wife while she needed you the most, and you missed out on a memorable like moment
With your
when
child.
you're 80, decrepit, and alone in a fucking hospital. You're gonna be like, "Oh, I have no one here because I abandoned everyone around me for money." It's like, yeah, you're a piece of shit.
Damn. And I forgot. Yeah, it's twins. So like you abandoned 3 people.
Yep.
Your wife and 2 kids. Oh man.
Real piece of shit.
Real piece of shit.
I used to be a real piece of shit.
Yeah, I was like, you think this is slick back?
This is pushback. All right, Sean, that is it for this episode. What did you think, Wikimaniacs? Were these people assholes? Let us know down in the comments on YouTube, Discord, or on our subreddit, r/Reddit on Wiki. If you want to hear more, please consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/Cultivate Podcast Network. Unlock bonus episodes as well as extra stories every Friday and Monday. Reddit on wikishop.com. Go check out all of our merch that's ever been posted. If you're a patron, YouTube member, you get a discount. Go check that out. And get it before Sean destroys it. Shreds up.
Take it
Shreds
all
up.
down.
He's going to print out the designs and then shred it, which will do nothing but just make him feel good. But yeah,
content for us.
Content for us. But yeah, it will not be back on the shop after this month. So get it while you can. Buy it for someone for Christmas who listens to the show. Get it for yourself as a Christmas present, or just get it because. I think that's it, right, Sean? Yeah, subscribe.
I think that's it.
Like, listen,
Follow
wherever.
Follow us on Twitch.
Yeah, YouTube. John wants us to get to 1 million followers on YouTube, and so does Sean's mom. That's a goal for
it's
both.
the only way I'll make her proud.
Yeah, it's a goal for both Sean's mom and John up for our show. So make sure to like and subscribe wherever you listen or watch. Thank you, Sean, for coming on and giving your takes today.
Thank you, Ringo.
And thank you, Ringo, for coming on today.
Staying on the whole episode.
The whole episode. We'll see if she's here for Monday's episode too.
Ooh.
But that is it. Thank you, Wikimaniacs, for another amazing episode. And we'll see you on Monday. Bye.
Bye.
Get there.